Good morning. We'll give just a moment to clear the waiting room. Morning, this is the voting hearing of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. This morning's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted this morning. I will just note for the record that Chairwoman Kathleen Joyce is unable to join or participate this morning. We'll begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Item number one, Rock Bottom Group LLC, doing business as Rock Bottom Restaurant and Brewery, located at 115 Stewart Street. Date of the incident, February 26th, 2025. Assault and battery, patron on employee, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A, and assault and battery, employee on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I credited the testimony. I think they had a tough situation. They tried to handle it. It wasn't foreseeable, so I had no violation.
Right. I had no violation as well.
No violation. Item number two, CM Diamond Importers LLC, located at 1-4 Winter Place. Date of the incident, March 8th, 2025. Assault and battery on a police officer in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13D, and an over-intoxicated employee off duty in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
There was a little bit of conflicting testimony. I don't know exactly how I felt about, their knowledge of like maybe a drinking problem or something like that, but there just wasn't enough to get me across the line.
Right. I had no violation as well.
Yeah.
No violation for item number two. Item number three, The Great Escape Inc., doing business as Chubb's Taco and Tequila Bar, located at 750 to 754 Adams Street in Dorchester. Date of the incident, May 2nd, 2025. Assault and battery, patron on employee, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, Chapter 265, Section 13A, and assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
This was a big group who seemingly was related or knew each other. There was no evidence that it was carrying on for a long time where they could have stopped it from happening, and kind of arose seemingly quickly. So I had no violation.
I agree.
Item number four, Concord Entertainment Inc., doing business as Bill's Bar, the Lansdowne Pub, located at 9 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, February 9th, 2025. Assault and battery, employee on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
So I have a lot to say about this. At hearing, I indicated that I was going to go back and watch several previous hearings, review previous police reports. The previous hearings are all available online. The previous deliberations are all available online. For anyone who wants to see them, I incorporate by reference everything that happened and the ones that I'm going to talk about. I think I have a violation. So I'll turn it over to Commissioner Saxon before I kind of rattle off all my reasons. I don't know if you're on the fence or if you're clear. Or...
I actually am on the fence. I watched the video, and I thought there was an acute moment where the door, the security person was not physically reacting. He was being calm, and then about 28 minutes later, there was like this acute moment where he grabbed the guy's jacket. So I tried to zoom in, I tried to read lips, but it did seem like there was a moment where it was just kind of like everything kind of exploded. There is no excuse for a security person putting their hands on a patron. I will say that. There might have been some aggravation,
So I have two things to say about what you've just described. First one is, before the grabbing of the sweatshirt, there was a very hard, violent push from the security guard to the victim. So it started with a hard push and he got pushed back, he didn't fall, but he got pushed back. I saw that as a battery and no excuse for that. Then, so here's the other discrepancy. I don't think the victim even realizes it. The victim testifies that he was punched. The victim wasn't punched, he was headbutted.
I saw the two heads colliding. Do you
Yeah,
think it was intentional?
I saw a clear headbutt. That was a purposeful, full-on, violent, purposeful headbutt.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw. So I'm saying Terrell Bradshaw headbutted our victim, the one who testified in person. Was also an inexcusable battery.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I said, I was going to go back and review whether Terrell Bradshaw had been involved in any of these previous incidents. He has. I have 3 out of 4 of the last 4 that he was definitely involved in. Might have been involved in the other one, but it was one of them was a very large group of employees. And so he may or may not have been there. So I have to kind of throw that one out. So I'm going to go back to the deliberation of an incident that was dated July 20th, 2024, and just make some note of a few things that came out during my deliberation. I noted the bad video. I noted that I said it was a close call. I think the chair thought it was a close call. I don't know if Commissioner Saxon noted in those words. I definitely said this was a no violation, but I said it was concerning. I determined by myself that off camera, there was a question of what was happening. I felt that there was circumstantial evidence that the employees had continued the assault that was alleged off camera. I noted that other patrons were reacting to the action off camera. And I felt like that was evidence that we didn't get the full picture of what had happened. I also noted that because we were lacking live victim testimony, I wasn't able to get over the line. So I was a close call, no violation. That was July 20th incident. That was a no violation. Then we have a found violation dated July 17th, 2024. Once again, Terrell Bradshaw was involved. Once again, we noted the bad video coverage. Once again, so I discredited at the deliberation, I discredited the allegation that the patron was the aggressor. I noted that if they had better video coverage, they could have proved that the victim was the aggressor, but they did not do that. And I also noted, and I thought this was lined up with what I saw with the first push, that Mr. Bradshaw had struck the patient very hard with a forearm. So we found a violation there. Also, we talked about whether I saw a pattern emerging with this licensee. I also was concerned that they tried to defend it. Okay. And once again, I'm concerned that they tried to defend this one. Based on the video and what I've determined I saw in this video. So once again, I'm concerned that they're trying to defend these actions of Mr. Bradshaw. Then we had another incident that we heard on April 15th. The date of the incident was December 7th, 2024. We noted a lack of de-escalation, which caused us again to ask for this de-escalation plan that we've requested. We've ordered them to give it to us. I alone found that the staff had dared the patrons to attack them. The chair was weary to do that. I'll note that she didn't find that. I don't know what Commissioner Saxon will say about that. But I still felt that way, and I didn't change my mind. I still feel that way. I note that Commissioner Saxon at this deliberation was now concerned whether a pattern was emerging with this licensee. So for all those reasons, I had a couple of things that I wanted to do that are kind of tangential to this. I would request that our licensed premise unit, if they can, this is giving me Sons of Boston, vibes. And so I want to immediately ask our licensed premise unit to go to this licensee and investigate whether they background checked Mr. Terrell Bradshaw ever. If they have not, I'd ask that they write them up for that violation. And also, they sent us a de-escalation document. I find it inadequate. We asked not only for the training, what the content of it would be, but a roster of who had been trained, when they had been trained, and signatures acknowledging the training. They didn't do any of that. I asked the licensed premise unit to write them up for failure to follow an order of the board, the order that they provide this information. And so we can have a hearing and they can answer why they have not provided that to date. Regarding this incident, I think this was a clear violation. I think this was an egregious violation. I think this was a foreseeable violation. I think Terrell Bradshaw should have been flagged as a problem employee. I'm looking at a multi-day suspension. I'd like to hear what Commissioner Saxon has to say about what I've said. We're on mute.
Commissioner Curran, I was doing some double duty while you were talking. I watched the moment at least 5 more times. I do see the shove. I did not see the shove at first, but I do see it now. The push before the grab. I think so. Thank you for all the reminders of the previous moments. Sometimes these licensees, they
Blend together.
yeah, they really do blend together, but thank you for lining it up. I think there is a pattern. So with the totality of the circumstances, I do agree that there should be some sort of so I do see a violation and there should be some sort of suspension. They have fired this person.
Yeah, they said for an unrelated reason, so it almost doesn't even. Well, it's not even a mitigating circumstance.
Yeah, they said that it was because he didn't report this incident.
Yeah,
so it is related. But
they defended his physical actions, which I find very concerning. I've already found that their willingness to defend these actions concerning another one, and I find them now again and maybe doubly concerning. They should be coming in an incident like this. They should be coming in hat in hand, going, "We're so sorry. Like this was wrong. We know it's wrong. We see it.
Right.
There's no." And once again, another thing I had to say is that they made an allegation that the victim used racial language against the employee. Mm-hmm. I don't credit it. I think it's a convenient excuse after the fact. Mm-hmm. They did not give any live testimony. So we have live testimony from the victim here. So I have noted in the past that sometimes when we're lacking live testimony from the victim, that the weight of evidence shifts to live testimony. So here we have the opposite. We have live testimony from the victim and no live testimony from Mr. Bradshaw or even the employee that was standing right next to him.
Regardless of whether or not there was racial language, we don't know, because I was trying to read lips, but I can't read lips, so I actually don't know. But regardless of that, I don't think there is a physical defense that is warranted in that case. And I said that at the top of the hearing. So
yeah, and this wasn't the first provocation. Like I'm trying to think of just in global, like another licensee, right?
Yeah.
I could see a credible allegation of that on a first time when we haven't talked about de-escalation and you can't, no matter what language is used, you can't. But this place, we talked to them about that. Mm-hmm. That regardless of provocation, they can't react. You know what I mean? They can only react in kind to physical threat.
Right. Right, so there is a pattern. It is pretty clear. So what level of suspension, how many days, I think is the question that that we should be discussing right now.
Yep.
What kind of progressive discipline have we done before? We
We-
Most-
find them on the edge to be no violation, but they've never come close to.
We
They
gave them a
have-
second we've
Yeah.
given them a second warning.
In
But
December.
my opinion is we've given them, and I've talked about this in other ones, and that's another thing I'll note. I've used the term benefit of the doubt many times with this licensee, and so I am not at the point of giving any benefit of the doubt. I think we've had times where we could have suspended them, and we didn't. We gave them a second warning. It was like almost a year apart, so we opted for second warning.
Mhm.
So I really feel like a jump here is a multi. I already said I'm definitely in the camp of multi-day.
Mhm. Are there other things that have the cameras been installed now since we found in some of the cases that we did not have a sufficient camera view. Has there been any improvement in that?
Not that the licensee has notified.
We didn't request better cameras. What we warned them of is that if they want to take the business risk of not having good coverage, that a negative inference may be imputed on a lack of video.
So even though we have video right now, I think that this should be part of, a global response should be that they have good cameras, good coverage. And
Okay.
I think a multi-day suspension is fine. I think, whether it's 2 or 3, I'm flexible. Maybe if it's 3, one of them can be held in abeyance. It doesn't.
Would you entertain like 4 with 1 held in abeyance?
That's fine. That's reasonable too.
Yeah, I find this very see part of this is the Mr. Bradshaw. I see no attempt at de-escalation. I see escalation. Okay, and I'm finding here that they didn't train him for de-escalation because they haven't proven they trained him for de-escalation. So this is not just his actions. This is the entirety of management's actions.
Right.
I'm seeing an egregious violation here.
Yeah.
Very dangerous violation.
Yeah. So I think a de-escalation plan, but then also, the manager was saying that he didn't know that the incident had occurred. So maybe there can be, just a reporting about training on communication and reporting.
Yeah.
Reporting. And then again, I think if we can address, for not only future events, but some of the past ones, making sure that there's full coverage. 4 days with 1 day in abeyance. Is
So yeah, so a coverage, have them submit a coverage plan.
Yeah.
And explain what's covered, and if there's blind spots, why they're blind and why they're making that choice.
And then as the chair was saying yesterday or on Tuesday, making sure that they submit those videos before the violation.
Yes. So let me see if I can report back what I think I heard the vote was, which is violation, 4-day suspension, 3 days to be served, 1 day to be held in abeyance for how long?
A year.
A year is fine.
Okay, 1 day to be held in abeyance for 1 year. Additionally, the board is going to ask our licensed premise unit to inspect a licensed premise and investigate whether or not Mr. Bradshaw had ever been subject to a background check for his employment. Also, Commissioner Curran, I think I heard you right. You would like the board to schedule an informational hearing with this licensee about their de-escalation plan and what actually occurred, who was trained, who wasn't, why that wasn't actually ever submitted to the board.
If you feel in it, I feel today like they haven't we ordered them to submit a plan
Correct.
multiple times within 30 days. I feel like today I'm saying they did not submit the plan we requested.
Mhm.
But if we need to do that as an informational hearing, versus having licensed premise write them up for failure to submit that in the timely manner, I'll defer to your interpretation of what the steps have to be to get there.
Okay. Is there a preference from either of you of how you would like this handled, that matter?
I would go straight to writing a violation if we
Okay.
can. If we have to have an informational, I guess we could.
Nope.
Is that a,
Yeah, I don't think we need to go straight to informational hearing now. I think asking for them to improve their plan, I think is.
Then asking the licensed premise unit to write them up for not submitting the plan in the time requested.
Commissioner Saxon, we've requested this plan 2 times already. And the second time we asked for it within 30 days.
Mm,
And then just on Tuesday, they said they would get it to us by the end of the day.
Still inadequate.
And what I'm noting is our request was very specific,
Mhm.
and the specifics have not been met.
Yeah, so yeah, but it's part of the global 4-day suspension. That's one of the reasons.
No, what I'm suggesting, and this is a separate, I'm suggesting that this is a separate violation, failure to adhere to an order of the board.
Got
Okay, and so then what is the,
I'm saying, I think we can have them written up for it, and then a hearing would be scheduled.
A violation
Oh,
hearing
okay.
rather than an informational hearing to discuss it. Got it.
That's what I'm suggesting, Commissioner Saxon.
that's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
And then additionally, the board is requesting some documentation of all of the cameras at the licensed premise and pointing out any blind spots in writing.
Yes.
Yeah. A coverage and quality plan. So I would guess that would be something like a consultation with their camera vendor.
Provider, yeah. Mhm.
And the vendor would describe what is being done as far as quality of video, lighting, where the cameras are placed, and why those choices have been made. And I just want I would like an explanation of why they're doing the things they're doing, so we can see that they've reasoned through it.
That's great.
Okay. Anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. Commissioner Saxon?
Was that not enough?
No, that was great. Just want to make sure I covered the.
No.
We did do a lot, yeah.
I'm having a little fun with you. Sorry.
Nope. Thank you. That's clear to me. 4-day suspension, 3 to be served, 1 in abeyance. Have licensed premise unit write them up, and then a camera coverage and quality plan.
But part of the write-up is the submitting video on time, right?
Yes,
To be included in there.
we get that in the docket into the correspondence that all video has to be submitted prior to hearing.
We'll docket that as well. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Moving on to item number 5, Ipswich Entertainment, Inc., doing business as Loretta's Last Call, located at 1 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, April 4th, 2025. Overcrowding on the patio, 78 police count, capacity 60, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Boards Rule 1.03J and 1.06A and F. And overcrowding inside, police count 279, capacity 134, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Boards Rule 1.03J and 1.06A and F.
So it seemed to me that they were operating kind of in between their 2 allowed situations.
Mhm.
I did have a question. I don't know if our counsel can advise me. What dictates when they can operate as a restaurant versus the nightclub situation? It doesn't say it. It didn't say it on the place of assembly. I assume it has something to do with like the neighborhood. Sorry?
Is there a time like they're
Well, there does not seem to be a time listed on our license or the certificate of inspection or the place of assembly. I think the capacity is dictated by the setup, which
Yeah.
I believe can occur.
But they admitted they were set up as a restaurant.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think it's a violation.
I had a violation. It's like you saw the tables and there were people just standing you know, so yeah, I
Yeah.
have a violation, but I think there should be some clarity on the documents themselves.
Yeah, I don't know what we can do about that. Cause it, you know, for me, I just had maybe just a curiosity. It's like, it was opening day. You know, if I was the operator of that place, I would want to
Remove
open
the
up I would open it to the club version. Were they not allowed to do that, or did they prefer to have it as a restaurant so they could serve table food or whatever, you know? So, but the way they were operating, the way the place of assembly is written, I have to find a violation.
Yeah.
I think a warning, right?
There was a violation with a warning about 1 year prior. The date of that incident was April 2024. We found a violation with a warning in June of last year.
It's probably opening day again. You know, I don't have the detail. It was a year apart.
I would say a second warning then.
Yeah.
Violation in the second warning.
I think if we saw it again in 2 in a row, maybe we'll have to dig down deeper and see if they're
But maybe there's correspondence that says like,
yeah, figure out how you want to operate on opening day, and if you want to operate as a club, like take the tables away.
yeah, just to be more mindful of like, if you're expecting a big crowd, then prepare for that occupancy.
That makes sense to me. So violation, second warning, and correspondence.
Thank you.
Item 6, BB Social Club LLC, doing business as Back Bay Social Club, located at 867 Boylston Street. Date of the incident, April 21st, 2025. Overcrowding on the first floor, capacity is 124, mechanical count 147, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J, 1.06A and F.
Yeah, once again, it being Marathon Monday is not an excuse. It actually should go against them. They should be aware. It goes to foreseeability. They need to take, you know, actions to avoid what happened, which is completely foreseeable. It was a violation.
I agree.
Violation, and there is no recent history at this premise.
It's a warning.
Yes.
Violation with a warning. Item 7, Anchovies Acquisition Limited Partnership, doing business as Anchovies, located at 433 Columbus Ave. Date of the incident, May 1st, 2025. Blocked fire exit with a table set up in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.06A. Overcrowding, 80 mechanical count, capacity 64, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J, 1.06A and F. And expired inspectional services certificate that had expired on March 1st, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
My notes are inadequate regarding the third one, so I'm going to hand this over to Commissioner Saxon.
Yeah, and I had a violation.
On the third one, expired ISD?
I don't think, I don't remember there being testimony that they had actually had it posted or anything like that.
He said something about it, but I didn't get it all down. I'm sorry. Was it in fact expired on this date?
That's what I have written, that it was expired.
Yeah. All right. So violation all 3?
That's what I had.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Violation across the board, and similarly, there's no recent history at this location.
Warning.
Warnings.
On each separately, or are we taking these together?
Well, yeah, just they're all warnings. So if the same type of violation comes up within a certain amount of time,
Perfect.
Escalate.
Item 8 is the same licensee, Anchovies Acquisition Limited Partnership, Anchovies at 433 Columbus Ave. Date of this incident, May 31st, 2025. Overcrowding, 73, police count, capacity 64, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J, 1.06A and F.
It was a violation.
And I'll note that I did appreciate the owner's candor.
Yep. And I think we can just warn them again. We hadn't had them in for the other one, so I don't think we have to go progressive yet.
Okay, so just a warning. We're not considering this a second warning.
Yeah, just the same warning as the other overcrowding violation.
Right.
Okay. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Item 1, Prest Cafe Seaport LLC, doing business as Prest Cafe, located at 43 to 61 Pier 4 Boulevard, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Roy Spindler, hours of operation 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Vote to approve?
I agree.
Item 2, Dot Block Enterprises, Inc., doing business as the Dot Block Diner and More, located at 1203 Dorchester Ave in Dorchester, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Bernard Goodman, hours of operation 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Vote to approve?
I agree.
Item 3, Fan Hall MV Restaurant LLC, doing business as Margaritaville, located at 300 Faneuil Hall Marketplace, has applied to change the manager to Ta-Chung Chang.
I vote to approve. Should we docket the warnings that the chair gave the new manager regarding their recent history?
I think so. I think that's
Just so we have it somewhere, we don't have to go back.
and it's not against this manager, but it
No,
was
but I think her point was he's kind of inheriting a bad situation, so he has to be on top of it. He can't say, "Oh, I'm new."
exactly.
I think that's what she was trying to make sure that he was warned that we're aware and he should be aware.
Right.
And I want to make sure that we have it in writing so we don't forget it, that the warning happened.
Great. We can add to the docket sheet that the incoming manager of record had been warned by the board to stay on top of IDing and to be aware of the history of this licensee.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Item number 4, College Club of Boston, Inc., doing business as the College Club of Boston, located at 44 Commonwealth Ave, has petitioned to change the manager to Cara Spalla.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 5, South End Partners, Inc., doing business as SRV Restaurant, located at 569 to 575 Columbus Ave, has petitioned for a change of stock interest, change of officers, directors, and for a pledge of stock to James Kochner.
I vote to approve across the board.
I agree.
Item 6, Irish Village, Inc., doing business as Irish Village, located at 224 to 226 Market Street in Brighton, has petitioned to change the closing hour from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I vote to approve. There was, support, no opposition, right? No opposition? Yeah, vote to approve.
I don't remember. I agree.
Yeah.
Item 7, LMPBTR LLC, doing business as Silver Dove Afternoon Tea, located at 18 Tremont Street, has petitioned to amend the description to in one room on ground floor, consisting of banquet seating, dining tables, 2 beverage service stations, restrooms, and kitchen towards rear, 1,148 square feet. Storage in basement, 200 square feet, together with an additional large room on ground floor, with additional dining tables, 963 square feet, altogether comprised of 2,311 square feet with 1 entrance and 2 exits.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 8, Krisha Corporation, doing business as Maverick Street Market, located at 207 Maverick Street in East Boston, has petitioned to change the category of the licensed business to a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license.
In line with, recent upgrades from beer and wine at small places like this, I think they apply the same, they fit the bill the same as other ones we've given recently. So I vote to approve.
I agree.
It was granted.
Do we do a floor plan request with this one? Commissioner Saxon, what do you think?
I don't, it wouldn't hurt, so sure.
Yeah, I think in line with other, we've been doing that recently, so it only makes sense to apply it here. The same request.
Especially change.
Amount dedicated to alcohol and any changes to that amount of floor space come back for approval.
Right.
And available for inspection.
Perfect.
Did they say how much of what percentage of the floor was dedicated to?
I think they said they weren't going to change the amount dedicated.
Great. So standard package store conditions, no increase to the amount of floor space dedicated to alcohol or changes to the approved floor plan without approval by the board, and the floor plan must be available on site.
Yes. Okay.
Item 9, Del Frisco's of Boston LLC, doing business as Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse, located at 888 Boylston Street, has petitioned to transfer the license to 888 Boylston Food LLC, Doing business as Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse at the same location. Jack Whiting, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 10, Crudo North End LLC, doing business as Crudo, located at 78 to 80 Salem Street, has petitioned to transfer the license to Umami Crudo Inc., doing business as Umami Crudo at the same location. Hui Ping Lei, manager, 12:30 a.m. closing hour. Has also petitioned to update the description of the premise to the premises has 2,382 square feet, 1 room on the first floor dining area with 28 seats, including dining bar with 10 seats, 1 room on the second floor dining area with approximately 42 seats, including dining area with 10 seats, storage on the 3rd floor, and 1 room in the basement for kitchen and storage, 1 entrance and 2 exits. And finally, petition to pledge the license to 78 to 80 Salem Street LLC.
I vote to approve across the board.
Yep, I agree.
Item 11, Soul and Spice LLC, located at 2306 Washington Street in Roxbury, within the Bruce Bowling Municipal Building, has applied for a common victualler bowling building restricted 7-day all alcoholic beverages license. Manager Boyce Slayman Jr., closing time 2 a.m.
Easy yes.
Yep, I agree.
The remaining items from yesterday's agenda, items 12 through 17, are applying for new on-premise licenses subject to the Chapter 202 of the Acts of 2024. I just asking if the board would like to defer on these as we have with others that have met the May 23rd deadline.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Great. Remaining items will be deferred until after the board has finished hearing all of the applications that met the May 23rd deadline. Moving on to non-hearing transactions, the following are applying for a new common victualler license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Cappy's Brother LLC, doing business as Round 2 Pizza and Subs, located at 10 Walk Hill Street in Jamaica Plain. Manager Eileen Nielsen Albano da Silva, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Rose and G LLC, doing business as Rose and G Restaurant, located at 630 Hyde Park Ave in Roslindale. Manager Rose Gerda Bernardine, hours of operation 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
And item number 3, BW Cafe LLC, doing business as Tradesman State Street, located at 53 State Street. Manager Ramses Neves Riviere, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Following have applied to make changes to their existing common victualler license, items 1 and 2. Faulkner Hospital Inc., doing business as the Atrium Cafe at Faulkner Hospital and Employee Cafeteria, both at 1153 Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned to change the manager of both businesses to Michael Hanley.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 3, Amelia's Taqueria Inc., doing business as Amelia's Taqueria, located at 309A Huntington Ave, has petitioned to change the corporate name to Amelia's Hot Chicken and Burgers Inc., and to change the DBA to Amelia's Cluck and Smash.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 4, Brigham and Women's Hospital at 75 Francis Street has petitioned to change the manager to Michelle Mondello.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 5, Al Abrar Restaurant Inc., doing business as Pita and Meze, located at 805 Harrison Ave in Roxbury, has petitioned to change the DBA to Allspice Restaurant.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
And item 6, Thinking Cup LLC, located at 165 Tremont Street, has petitioned to change the manager to Andre Sadowski.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Following have applied for 1-day amendments to their existing licenses. Item 1, Adair Inc., doing business as Ned Divines at 2201 Faneuil Hall Marketplace, has applied to include the upper rotunda of Quincy Market for a wedding on July 31st from 3 to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Notch Brighton Taproom LLC at 1420 to 1440 Soldiers Field Road in Brighton has applied to extend into a contiguous space for a comedy show on July 25th from 7 to 10 p.m.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 3, Rebel Restaurants Inc., doing business as Lawn on D at 420 D Street, has applied to extend the service of alcohol through Claflin Street, which will be closed, and into the Dragon Garden for the Boston Wild Black family reunion on July 26th, with a rain date of the 27th from 12 to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 4, Diamond Rock Boston Broad Street Tenant LLC, doing business as the Hilton Boston Downtown Faneuil Hall at 89 Broad Street, has applied to extend onto Battery March Arm and Franklin Street for a hotel block party on August 14th from 5 to 7 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 6, American Craft Brewery LLC, doing business as the Boston Beer Company at 30 Germania Street in Jamaica Plain, has applied to extend onto a contiguous patio for a private company event on July 26th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
And finally, item 7, Ulivo LLC, doing business as Cunard Tavern, located at 24 Orleans Street in East Boston, has applied to include the contiguous dead-end street for Oyster Fest on July 26th from 1 to 4 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day alcoholic beverages licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff for approval by the board.
Thank you.
And there are no items on old and new business this week. Those are all the items before the board this morning. Thank you all. We'll adjourn this hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.